So, 50 Cent, famous rapper, is back in the news once again for something he put on Instagram. A video of him asking this airport janitor a few questions. Basically asking the guy if he was high. 50 Cent sees him, starts asking him questions like, hey, what's your name? Like he asked, what kind of shit do you think this guy took before he came to work? His eyes are all dilated. He's as high as a motherfucker, 50 Cent was saying. Turns out the guy wasn't high, he's just autistic and has Asperger's and maybe a hearing impairment and social anxiety. There's been a few reports on what the exact one is, but the guy is disabled, and here's 50 Cent, or as I like to call him, 2 bits by 2, harassing this poor worker. 50 Cent, of course, faced quite the shitstorm after people found out what the guy's actual deal was. They called for an apology. He's sent a letter of apology to the family. Some people are saying, hey, why don't you donate some money? $10K is what they're asking for an autistic charity, but 50 Cent is broke right now. He doesn't have a dollar to his name, or 50 cents for that matter. But Martin Scarelli heard this story and was so touched, by how this guy got bullied, this disabled person, that Martin Scarelli, donated $10K to this charity for autism. And I'm like, wow, that's bad there, 2 bits by 2. When Martin Scarelli, the one who jacked up the prices on AIDS, has more compassion than you. But this isn't about 50 Cent harassing the disabled. My question is, okay, so he was confused. He didn't understand the guy had Asperger's, autism, whatever. He just thought he was a regular guy who was high as a kite, and 50 Cent decided to out him. And that begs the question, is 50 Cent a narc? For those of you who don't know the phrase, a little younger, narc is what we used to call snitches back in the day. Someone who, rats you out, a tattletale. Of course, it's short for narcotics officer, like an undercover cop who was trying to find out who was doing drugs. But it doesn't necessarily mean someone was a narcotics officer, just someone who decided to rat you out for smoking dope. And I'm wondering if that's the case with 50. Is 50, a narc? I looked, tried to research it, figure out if he ever did any drugs, and it doesn't sound like he ever did any. He, abstained from drinking and driving, smoking and drugs, but he was a pusher, selling drugs for quite a while. And then, of course, he became a rapper and changed his life around. But now he's harassing people in a airport because he thinks they're high. And it's like, why? Especially when the guy was a janitor, of all things. It's like, why would you care if some janitor's been smoking dope? It's not the pilot. You don't have to worry about this guy getting behind the wheel of the jet you're on and crashing because he was high as a kite. It's the janitors, the guy who puts the urinal cakes in the urinals. Well, why are you going to put a video where thousands of people are going to see it, which would get them in trouble with the cops, get them fired from their job because you think they're high as a kite? What business is it of yours? If you're not an actual narcotics officer, why are you going to be a narc, 50? 2 bits by 2? Yeah, I think 50 Cent is a narc. And in closing, Cat Williams, if you're out there listening, don't hang out with 50 Cent. He will dime you out.